Hello, I'm Dr. Leon Stutzman, aka Doc, with another one of these little videos designed to help you to get through these strange days in which we find ourselves, and these are strange days indeed. I'm talking this week about close encounters of the God kind, those kind of connections that you make. Sometimes they're momentary, sometimes they're long-lasting, but the connections you make that help you to get through whatever strange days you might find yourself in. The fellowship that I've been a part of for over 50 years was having a little conference in Kansas City, Missouri, and I decided to attend. It appeared that Gene Scott was going to be the outgoing president. He'd been president for a number of years. He was becoming more and more controversial, and it appeared that he was going to resign, so I wanted to be there. We went to the conference. I couldn't sleep one night. I got out of bed. 2 o'clock in the morning, I started walking around the hotel, turned the corner, and there was Gene Scott walking toward me. He looked at me with those piercing blue eyes, and he went, huh. And I kept on walking. That happened time and time again for the next hour. I turned the corner. There's Gene Scott walking toward me, praying, seeking the face of God, getting some direction as to what he was going to do. I was doing the same thing for my life in ministry, and each time he'd look at me and go, huh, and I'd just nod, and we'd keep on praying. I went back to bed. That night we had dinner at the hotel, and it happened that we were sitting next to his parents. I told him about my experience, and his mother said, oh yeah, I said, he's up all night, every night, just walking around the pool, just praying, seeking the face of God, getting direction for his life, getting direction for the ministry. And I thought, huh, I did. Because I learned some things out of that experience. The first is people aren't always as they appear to be. If you followed Gene Scott back in the day, and there were a lot of preachers that did. In fact, one friend of mine said, won't it be terrible if we get to heaven and God looks at us and says, Gene Scott was right all along. He was on television smoking a cigar, oftentimes drinking a glass of scotch, and sometimes telling his followers, I'm not going to teach until you make those blank telephones ring. He was controversial, but I saw another side that night, a side of prayer. You never know someone until you actually have one of those close encounters of the God kind. Another thing I took out of that experience is you need to open yourself up to the possibility that you're going to meet some strange and interesting people in your life, and oftentimes those strange and interesting people are going to impart something, even if it's just for a moment. They're going to impart something into your life that you're going to carry with you the rest of your life. One of the things that Gene Scott was noted for was being an iconoclast, and I have to admit that sometimes my friends have to try to explain me away. The last thing that I took away from that encounter is you need to be a person of prayer. Whatever you're doing, whatever your age, whatever your stage in life, you need to be a person of prayer. That's one of the things that I've had for years and years and years. I have my hour prayer every day. Why? Because I've discovered that life goes so much better when you have a connection, not only connections with people, but when you have a God connection, things go better. This week, Close Encounters of the God Kind. On Wednesday, I'm going to talk about dinner with Reverend Ike. Why? Because it was a seminal moment, an interesting moment. And once again, it's just one of those passing moments. We had dinner. I never talked to him, never saw him again. But I took something away from that dinner, just one thought. And it just happens that this Sunday, I'll be sharing that one thought. Because what I took away from that dinner was, as we're leaving, he looked at me and he said, I am a money magnet. This Sunday, I'm going to be doing a money magnet message. I've got a whole list of money magnet. This is brand new stuff. And if you want to prosper, and remember, the Bible tells us that money answers all things. If you want to prosper in these strange days, you need this message Sunday. You can catch it live on the live stream at AspireChurch.tv or on Facebook, Aspire Church TV. That's Facebook, Aspire Church TV, live stream, AspireChurch.tv, Sunday morning, 10 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. It's going to be powerful. And if you apply the principles, if you hear this word, if you get it in your heart, if you apply the principles, it will make you into a money magnet. And you need to prosper. You really do. I'm Dr. Leon Stutzman, aka Doc. I'll see you Wednesday and Friday with brand new videos. And then next Sunday, this special message on money magnet. I'll see you then.